Oh. Oh. This fish has been caught with a plastic bag. Nice, Rich, thanks.
These jacks can be marauders. They're so powerful.
They've broken me off so many times, taken my lures.
Yeah, let's get you back in the water. Ooh. Yeah, powerful fish.
The lure that I was using was donated to me by a guy named Steve, who actually bought a Catch 130 kayak from me. Thank you, Steve.
He also gave me these.
This lure he made from a plastic bag he got at Walmart. Pretty amazing. One of these days I'm going to have him show me how he made those. You're going to melt this right now?
Yeah. Now, it works better if you go, when next time you go to Walmart, buy a cheap paint remover or a hair dryer. Because then you can do, okay, what you're doing, you're taking the plastic and just getting it down to about this texture. You start tapping. It gets the air bubbles out and then you make the mold.
So if you had carved this shape into the wood, you just
I'd be
bashing it until it fills the mold.
Yeah.
And how do you get the eyes in there? Do you just use a drill?
No.
And
you go to Walmart, go to the craft department, and they sell goofy eyes. They sell large ones and small ones.
these are the things I'm talking about.
I got those at Walmart too.
But you have to drill those out and screw them in.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I always super glue them.
Okay. How much money you figure you got in this lure?
15 cents. and to buy one comparable to that at Walmart would cost you $6.50 to $8. All right, so now we're getting down to crunch time. We're getting it to here, and I can almost, if you have gloves, you can even mold them with your fingers, whatever you want to do with them, okay? And you keep melting them down until you get the shape that you want.
That is starting to look like a lump of plastic, and it's no longer looking like a bag.
Mm-hmm. And you'd be amazed at how hard the freaking thing is. That people can't figure out how to get rid of them. You know, the trash men don't want them.
Yep. I bet you've been doing that for a little bit.
Oh yeah. And if you got gloves, you don't even really need to have a mold if you got good gloves. I do it because it's more professional. And since I entertain myself that way, I like to feel like I'm a prepper.
Me too. I'll be darned. Yeah, like you said, if you had gloves, you could just manipulate that like a piece of clay, almost.
All right, now this guy is going to cool down. If you go to Walmart for your colors, you go to the ladies section for the nail polish. And get Sally Hansen. It's $1.29 a thing of colors. It dries in about 35 seconds, and you can make a lure and fish it within 20 minutes. Literally.
Wow.
Okay, let's turn this guy off.
That's not a bad shape, actually. It's got a little wiggly tail.
Alright, now we're going to cool it. Cool.
Okay.
We'll let him sit.
Is it really? Yeah, that is pretty warm.
Oh yeah, well, without gloves, you can tell by my... I've got super glue on these. The other day I put a shard of glass up through there.
Yeah, you did.
So I super glued it together. Alright, now, got them like this. Now, feel how hard that is, Art.
Yeah, that is. It's like incompressible, yeah.
Now, what you do from here is you take your Dremel.
You realize how many people are getting crazy ideas right now? You're infecting a whole bunch of people with some crazy ideas.
They knew me long enough that you wouldn't consider that unusual at all.
I bet.
Now, tell me what that looks like.
Looks like the beginnings of a lure.
Yeah, beginnings of a shrimp. Only he's a one-piece shrimp. If you wanted to make him a two-piece shrimp and put, like that white one I showed this one, that's got rattles in it. Alright, so you got your general shape of what you want to have. Now, once I get to here, let's say that you've got stuff that is really gorned up and you go, geez, you know, I don't like this crack here and I want to fill it in. I take these little sandwich bags. You just wrap this plastic like that. And from here on out, we're using soldering iron. We're not going to bother with a torch. And you won't believe how this stuff will lay flat. The only thing that I don't like, I haven't figured out all the bugs in it yet, although I don't think the fish give a crap, is if you run your hand over, it's not perfectly smooth like the Dick's Sporting Goods.
Sure.
I don't know if I'm a hungry snook. If I really care that much, if there's a hairy looking thing on the side of something that I want to eat.
Probably not.
But the aficionados that
Yeah. Well, you could probably go nuts sanding them and polishing them. And
I'm telling you,
I have some lures that I bought that are works of art. They're beautiful. They have scales and they're just gorgeous.
yeah.
They don't necessarily catch more fish though.
No, but they look nice.
They
Remember,
do.
they
They
make
caught
it
me.
worse for the fishermen, not the fish. All right. So, we got this. Now what we're going to do is start filling him in.
You wouldn't use a hairdryer for this.
I would use a hair dryer for the initial mold, but the only tools you need to make these things you actually have. You got that.
Yep.
That to me is a little fast. My reflexes aren't what they used to be, so for me it's like...
Considering this is just the spur of the moment, like
Yeah,
Steve just came by and he was like, hey, let's just try to make one with what you have, and sure enough, we were able to do it. So you guys probably have stuff laying around too that you could try this. Like kids at home ask mom and dad to supervise you. Well, you people like us, you
At
probably
midnight-
need supervision too.
At midnight, the kids break into the sandwich bag compartment.
Yeah. Billy, what happened to all my sandwich bags? I don't know, Mom. Somebody must have stolen them. Why does it smell like burning plastic in the kitchen, Billy?
What's that paraffin smell in the bathroom? Are you on drugs, baby?
Oh, gosh. Be responsible when you make lures, okay, people?
Yeah, whatever you do, don't do it like this.
Yeah, right.
All right, we're starting to almost look like a shrimp. Now, again, we'll cover.
What is that? That's the Ziploc part of it.
That's the Ziploc part.
So you do this long enough, you're going to start to get fancy, just like the lure makers.
Oh yeah. Top shelf stuff. That's all I make. Fish like it, I like it.
And I guess if you had a high spot or something, you could just Dremel it down.
Just Dremel it down, work it back in. You're working this like when you fix your kayaks.
Right.
Okay, now.
That looks better than when I fix my kayaks.
You saw the patch on the bottom of mine. I did that with a toaster oven, which my wife will never allow back into the house.
Yeah, that happens. You still got that on your finger, so I guess, you know, it hasn't gotten to that point yet.
After 27 years, she knows all my tricks. She figures anybody that can leave the Cheerios in the refrigerator and the milk in the cupboard where the cereal goes deserves a second and even a third chance.
Don't we all? Yep.
And that's all made. We just sat there and made a lure with rolled up plastic and
Yeah. Yep, a couple little eyes, like you said, and some eye hooks.
yeah. Usually I'll just put one eye hook going in at an angle here, and then one treble hook. And then if I'm going to weight them, If you have the right size drill bit, you just drill it out and put BBs in. Push them in for weight. They don't rattle.
You could probably take old sinkers and
Yeah.
melt the lead in there
Yeah.
if you're so ambitious. Yeah, this is a rabbit hole. I mean, it goes pretty deep. I'm sure, depending on how creative you want to get.
Depending on what you want to do. And they're easy to paint. Like I said, I use nail polish from Walmart, cheapest kind I can get, all different colors, and then polyurethane them when they're done. This was polyurethane.
Yeah.
To harden it up, and
Yep.
it also helps hold your hooks and eyelets. And those are all, that's a two-piece one that I made just with a tail, and he walks on water, and that just creates a weight behind the tail. This is one that was made out of the same thing that your shrimp is, a garbage bag with the tinted wrapping.
You put sparkles in this one, that's pretty fancy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's,
Can't help but be fancy.
oh yeah, I gotta dress them up. Now these are made, this is window glass paint. This is the difference between the colors that come out with the acrylic and the window glass paint. See, that looks almost like glass.
Yeah. Yeah, it's translucent.
Yeah, the same with this. This color is part red and yellow. And the treble hooks are very sharp, and I've hooked myself
Yeah.
several times. Okay, lay him down next to that.
Look at this thing.
Yeah.
Torpedo.
That's like a torpedo, yeah. That's all made out of plastic, and that's that'll float about 1/4 of an inch underneath the surface and make a wake, and
Yep.
got rattles. This is one of my favorites.
That looks like
Came out so ugly that it's got a dorsal fin. It's like dolphin or
yeah, it looks like a mahi-mahi.
yeah, it's a mahi-mahi. And here's another one that's
Oh, fantastic.
made out of the window glass. Now, if you ever want to get nice dark colors on them, you burn them with a lighter, cigarette lighter.
How'd you find that out? Accident?
Yeah. When my finger turned that color, I said, this might look good on a lure. That's
Yep.
store-bought.
Yep.
We hide those. These are the ones, just so you know the difference. That's all made out of wood. Those are door shims glued together, and same with this guy, except he was coated with several coats of polyurethane.
So now this one here,
That's plastic too.
this one you gave me last time you were
Yeah,
here, and
yeah.
this is the one that I just recently caught a fish
Yeah,
with.
that orange. They seem to like the orange and the red and white.
Right. You never know what's going to work. Oh, look at that. There's recycling, huh? Jacks. Of course they're jacks. You can catch a lot with jacks. I'm not really trying to hype the effectiveness of this particular lure, although it obviously works. Just simply the fact that what I'm using is unconventional. Off he goes.
Crazy man.
Still can't get him to the surface. How ridiculous. Oh, what a brute. Oh boy, I should lighten that drag a little. Oh. Wow. That's not the first rod I've had succumb to a jack.
Too much for that rod, Okuma.
Alright, I gotta take him home. Oh, thank you. You want to help a brother out?
Man, this should give you a workout.
I don't want to lose the lure. Oh, he don't fit in the net. Oh. For breaking my rod, the least you can do is give me a picture. How about that? That's a nice heavy fish. Say hello.
Alright, gonna launch it back in.
1, 2, 3. I want to show you guys this though. I know these big jacks are out there, so let me tell you the story behind this ugly lure that cost about 27 cents. I'm not going to waste my good lures on jacks anymore.